Hi guys, hope you're doing well. I'm not, I'm sick. Some of you might know I was sick a few weeks ago. About a week, maybe a week and a half ago, I got sick. Then I recovered for 2 days and caught the same sickness again. Funny enough, I don't think I've been looking after myself too well. When I was sick, I just kept prospecting through it. And I don't think it helps because I go to the gym every day after prospecting. But anyway, I caught the sickness again, and it seems to be winning the battle. I've been probably sitting in the car for the last hour. I'm just waiting on some food to cook. It's out here, the little oven. I think I've got chicken and pasta, and that's just slowly heating up. Um, so I'm waiting for that. Just got no energy today. I thought maybe I'll have something to eat and then I'll get back to it. I haven't found any gold today. We were working a patch and I think we've done pretty good. There might be something there, maybe bits and pieces, but not much. I think we've cleaned it out pretty well. So I just wanted to do a quick video, guys, talking about coils for the 6000. There's not many options. There are a few. The 14-inch double D and the 11-inch mono, that's what comes in the box when you buy the 6000. They're the standard coils. They come with those two. There is a 17 by 13 or 17 by 15, I'm not too sure, which is the biggest coil you can get for the 6. That's a Minelab coil as well. Other than that, you've got the Nugget Finder 12 by 7 Exceed. They only do the one coil for the 6 at the moment. And then you've got Goldhawk, which have got 3 different options there. You've got the 10 by 5 elliptical, the 9-inch round, and then you've got the 14 by 9. Those are the only coils that you can get for the 6. What are the best coils to use? I get a lot of people that I used to work at Finders Keepers and they'd come in and they'd buy a 6000 and they want to upgrade straight away. In my opinion, I don't think you need to upgrade, and that's why I just wanted to talk about the coils. I don't think you need to upgrade. What is the best coil to use on the 6? I think Minelab did really well with the coils that they made for the 6000. The 11-inch is great. I don't think you need to upgrade at all. Each coil has got its ups and its downs. The 11-inch is a great coil. It looks deep. It is quite stable. However, it's a bit touch sensitive, bump sensitive. So, if you hit a rock or you touch a rock with the bottom of your coil, it's going to give off a signal. But over time, with experience, and the more you use it and get used to it, you get to know your coil, and you get to know that it's just a false signal. And other than that, it becomes a great coil. Man, I feel so sick, and these flies are annoying. So yeah, I think the 11-inch is a great coil. The only time you'd use the 14-inch, the double D, is if you're on a salt lake. Now, you're wasting your time with a 6 on an actual salt lake with the double D. It's just too noisy. That's my opinion. They're great on the edge of salt lakes, but not actually on the salt lake. If you've had a little bit of moisture, if you've got a bit of moisture, maybe it's rained a little bit the night before you go out detecting, and you want to try and get rid of some ground noise, then the 14 double D will help. It will run a little bit more stable and will eliminate some ground noise, not all of it. So that's the only time you'd use the 14 double D. It is heavy. You need a bungee. I've never used the 17 by 13 or 17 by 15. I just can't remember what it is. I've never used that coil. It's the only coil that I haven't used. I know someone that does, and they say it's really sensitive, good for picking up small gold. Because it's a big coil, you'll probably struggle with pinpointing your targets. However, it is good for finding small stuff, and it will look deep as well. Great coil, runs quite stable. Never used it, but this is what I've been told. I trust the information. Um, the Nugget Finder Exceed, the 12 by 7. That's a good stable coil. It's super quiet, good for picking up small gold. I believe, my opinion, and people will disagree here, but it lacks depth. It's got a depth issue. It just lacks the depth. Great for picking up small gold. As I said, really quiet. Probably the most stable coil out of all the coils. But in my opinion, I didn't like it, and I won't even go near them, to be honest with you. Gold Hawks, they do the 3 different coils. The 10 by 5 elliptical, that's a great coil. It's nice and stable. It's not edge sensitive or bump sensitive. It's a good coil. Good for small gold. If you're in an area where your biggest nugget's going to be a .2, then that's good for just picking up small gold. Really, really good. Your 9-inch round, that's a great coil as well. It will look just as deep as, or I should say this, you will pick up targets just as deep as the 11-inch will, but that comes with experience. If you know your detector, you know what you're doing, and you've got a 9-inch round gold hawk on it, you will find the same targets at the same depth as the 11-inch. The 14 by 9, another good coil. The downside to it is it's a bit heavy. I mean, you might get away with a day swinging it, but once you swing it multiple times, it does get heavy. Other than that, it's a very stable coil. It's really good at finding small gold. It looks deep. The downside with the Gold Hawk 9-inch round is it's a little bit smaller. So people don't like it, but honestly, it's a deadly coil. If you can get the size out of your head and just get used to swinging it, it's the same weight as the 11-inch, so it doesn't throw your machine off balance. Great coil. Honestly, great coil. What's the better coil out of all of them? The 11 for me. I like it. The only time I would change to my 14 by 9 is, I remember beginning of this year I was working a patch, picked up a few nuggets deep, 2.5 grammers and whatnot. They were at a good depth, and once I pretty much thinned the patch out, it was pretty much done in my opinion. I then put a new coil on, which was the 14 by 9, and I run over the patch with it. And the first day, I think I'd done, I don't know, it was 2 grams and some species as well. So it's always good to go over old patches with different coils. Yeah, it was great. I'll put some pics up on my first day out with the 14 by 9 and what I found. And that was on a pretty well hammered patch. So yeah, I like it. That's probably the only time I'd run it. Once I've cleaned a patch out, I'd probably just chuck the 14 by 9 on and give it a couple of swings and see if I can pick up anything else that I missed, and generally I do. So yeah, these flies, man. The better coil for me is the 11. I'll always use the 11. It's nice and light. Minelab did great with that coil, as I said. I would steer away from the Nugget Finder. If you find yourself and you're like, I want to change coils, I want an aftermarket coil, and you're wondering what is the better coil, I would recommend either your 9-inch round. As I said, downside is a little bit smaller than the 11, but powerful. Great coil. If you can get that out of your head, it's the same weight as the 11, so it's not going to throw your machine off balance. Really sensitive, good for small gold, and once you learn it and you get experience behind you, maybe you're already experienced, then you're going to pick up the same targets as the 11 anyway. Otherwise, I'd be going the 14x9, chuck a bungee on, and you're not even going to feel the weight. You'll be fine. I would definitely go Gold Hawk, either the 9-inch round or the 14x9. I would steer away from the Nugget Finder for the reason it's got a depth issue. So yeah, I am honestly feeling so sick. Maybe you can hear it in my voice. I don't know. The flies are annoying. I've got no energy. I need to look after myself. Probably not going to go to the gym today. Actually, that's a lie. I am. I need to just give my body a break. I won't be detecting tomorrow. I'm going to have a few days off and just try and get over this. This cold or whatever it is. I did test. It's not COVID. It's just, I've got it twice in under 2 weeks. So that's just my luck. But I'll have something to eat soon, and hopefully that can give me some energy, and then I'll go out for a quick swing and see if I can pick up a few nugs just to pay for the trip. Anyhow, hope you find the video informative. Hopefully you got something from it. Hopefully it helps. This is purely just my opinion. If you liked it and you found it informative, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.